Well, good evening, guys. I want to first of all say hello to all the fellow resellers and reseller wannabes and all you voyeurs out there. Good evening. And I also want to mention that I did initially say that I wasn't going to be shooting on Wednesdays anymore. And I actually got into bed and I felt so guilty about not actually doing a show tonight that I decided to go ahead and hop on for a few minutes and do a show. I've shot a show every single day. I've been on YouTube every day for 2 weeks, and it just felt really wrong not to come on tonight. So I thought of something I could talk to you guys about and decided to pop on for a few. So I do appreciate your time here. And I also want to mention that I am going to be doing a live show on Nick Hill's channel tomorrow noon Central Standard, and then I'll be back on again with Seth for the Seth and Lonnie show at 8 p.m. Central Standard. So I'm going to have a busy day on YouTube tomorrow. I'm going to put the link to Nick Hill's channel in the description down below. If you could check it out live, that'd be great. Give me a shout out during the show. Or if you can't do that, just check it out later on time delay. So what I decided to talk to you guys about tonight was the Decluttr app, and the spelling is Decluttr. There's no E on Decluttr. And basically what this app is a way for you to sell excess CDs, video games, and DVDs. And I do have to give a proper credit here. I did hear about this app for the first time on Prof Sales channel. He bought a big lot of CDs, and it ended up it wasn't a great buy for him, but he did mention that he was able to sell a lot of the just crap CDs that he got on Decluttr to at least cut his losses and get rid of the stuff without totally giving it away. And I do see I have Ricky Ticky Treasures in the chat. Thanks for being a man of your word. Love your videos, man. After tomorrow's show, I may decide, Ricky Ticky Treasures, I might decide to actually eliminate one show during the week. I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I haven't made a final decision, but I do appreciate you being here, and appreciate the comment too. So anyway, Prof Sales is talking about how he's just unloading the excess inventory, and I don't think I ever really heard back about it, but I did kind of keep it in my head, and I had okay, when I buy video games, I typically buy them in big lots. I'll buy, if I see 30 video games, 50 video games, 20 video games, I don't pick and choose which ones I want. I negotiate a price for the whole lot. I do the same thing whenever I buy CDs or DVDs, which isn't as often, but inevitably what will happen is I'll pick out the cream of the crop. I'll sell those, just singles. And then I'll pick out, a second tier, and I might sell those in bundles, and then I'll be left with just some garbage stuff that isn't really FBA-able because the fees don't outweigh the price you're going to get. And I guess you could do it on eBay, but sometimes you just amass this huge pile of media, and at some point you just want to get out from under it, because you have other more profitable stuff you can spend your time on. So a liquidation is not a bad thing, because if I'm buying a lot for 30 and I'm selling 3/4 of it for good money, well, the lot's way more than paid for, but we still got this other crap that you don't really want to throw away, you don't really want to sell. What do you do? So Decluttr is perfect in those situations. So it's basically an app, and I'm going to try and show it on the phone here. I don't know how well it's going to go. But it's an app, and whenever you go into the app and tell it you want to add product, you're going to get like a little red bar. And basically all you do is you take your CD. This one doesn't even have a barcode on it. And this one does. Okay, here's a Gin Blossom CD. I just picked these up at random. You hold your phone on it, and it's going to come back with a price. Now, this one's really low. This is the lowest I've ever seen. 7 cents. Ugh, that's terrible. And then here's a whole CD. Scan it in. Okay, 30 cents for that one. And a lot of times when I'm buying CDs at garage sales, I'm paying, 10 cents a piece or something like that. I'm not going to pay a quarter even. I'm going to, if I'm showing up late in the day at a garage sale and they got like a big box, I'll just buy it, for $5 or $10, something like that. So let's try a video game out. Ghost Recon for the PS2, I think. Huh. It's actually saying it won't take this one. Oh, you know what it is? I think it's because I actually have it in my scan list. Yeah, okay, it's already in the scan because I'd scanned it before on the app. So it ends up going to like your shopping cart thing. So that's the reason it's not taking these, because I scanned them right before I started filming just to kind of check out the values and whatnot. But I can tell you these scanned in at 50 cents a piece. And so they're all like in a shopping cart. And then once you scan and you see one you don't necessarily want to send in, you just go to the little shopping cart thing and you can swipe. I think it's a swipe, and just delete that one item. So you just go through and you scan. And another thing you might want to think about too is if you ever see a CD that you're scanning, this is the price on CDs now, and you see one that comes in like a pretty good bit higher than the others, like maybe you'll have one that scans in at 70 cents, 80 cents, $1. You might want to go ahead and take another look at that one because it probably slipped your eye. You probably make more money on it by sending it in to FBA, something like that. So just something to think about. So now that you've got all your media scanned in, all you have to do is you check out, and you just have to have $5 worth of stuff. And you check out, and then Decluttr will email you a label, a UPS label. The label is free to use. You load your stuff up in a box. You don't have to pack it super duper well. I mean, you have to pack it to where they won't get damaged, I guess, but not really as well as you would if you were sending to a customer up to FBA. And slap the label on it and drop it off at a UPS place. I've got one like 5 minutes from here, so it's pretty convenient for me. And then you select whether you want direct deposit or a paper check. And I chose paper check because I don't like really putting my banking information in everywhere. But anyway, it was like a 7-day turnaround from the time that I put in the request. And I did 2 boxes for starters. This is one of them. And look, it's not big money. I understand. But I killed 2 birds with 1 stone with these 2 checks. I got rid of stuff that I was sick of looking at that had been sitting around here forever. Some of it had been lotted up on eBay. And I also, got a little money for it, not a whole lot. Now, you could use this as a little money-making venture. If you wanted, if you bought stuff real cheap and just wanted to unload it on Decluttr, that's doable. It doesn't sound like a good use of my time. I'm going to use it just to get rid of excess stuff. But I mean, it was a quick turnaround. They refused 1 item, just 1 CD it was like 50 cents or something like that, because the artwork was bad on it. And I think they just destroyed it at that point. The only thing you have to do when you send stuff in is you have to make sure you have good artwork. Your artwork, front and back, has to be good. The jewel case itself has to be in reasonably good condition. For video games, you have to have the cases and the artwork and the manuals. It has to be complete. Now, having said that, the discs themselves, and this is the really good part, because a lot of times I end up with, a lot of $1 and $2 PlayStation 2 games, and the discs are all scratched up. When you send stuff into Decluttr, it does not matter if the discs are scratched. When they get the stuff in, they're going to put it through their resurfacing machines anyway. So even if you do have a resurfacing machine, that you use for yourself, do you really want to waste your supplies and your time on $2 PS2 games? I don't. So, but I end up piling that shit up, and this is a good way to get rid of it. So, try it out, and you can do it with a small order, because like I said, the minimum order is only $5. You can just install the app, scan in $5 worth of stuff, get the free label, ship it in, and check out how fast they are. You can check out how much of your stuff they're taking, which they took. Like, I probably sent in a little over 100 items to get it's a little over $50 here. And like I said, they only turned down one thing. So my experience, and it's only been 2 times, has been really good. And I've asked around a little, and there's pretty much no limit to how much stuff you can send in, and they very rarely turn anything down. Aside from they don't want you shipping in 5 copies of this CD on one order. That's going to get turned down. Once you scan one of that thing in that shipment, you can't scan another one. That's what was happening to me with those video games. So if you guys do video games or CDs, DVDs, I know you have a death pile, and Decluttr is a good way to get rid of it. And I'm not getting paid for this spot. I don't own stock in Decluttr or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of share some information and my experience with the app, because I think it could be useful for you guys, because I know we all deal in that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, guys. Remember, check me out tomorrow, Nick Hill's channel, 12 o'clock Central. And then tomorrow night, check out Seth and Lonnie's show at 8 o'clock Central. I'll see y'all there. Y'all have a great night, guys, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.